Why do you keep second-guessing your retirement choices? Regret can quietly ruin your golden years, even if your retirement plan is working just fine. You've probably felt it. That little voice that asks, did I retire too soon? Or, should I have waited to sell? Maybe even, what if I'd invested differently? Here's the truth. Regret isn't a sign that you made a bad decision. It's your brain's way of trying to rewrite history, long after the final exam is over. And if you don't learn to manage it, regret can steal the peace you've worked your whole life to earn. In retirement, the what-ifs can feel louder than ever. When you were working, you had constant feedback, a paycheck, promotions, deadlines. You could measure progress. But in retirement, the scoreboard changes. Suddenly, there's no clear marker that says, you're doing great, keep going. And that silence, it gives your brain room to start second-guessing. Even when your finances are fine, doubt can sneak in through the back door. You start comparing, replaying decisions, or scrolling through the news trying to reassure yourself you didn't mess up. It's exhausting, not financially, but emotionally. Let's talk about where regret actually appears in retirement. 1. Market timing, regret. You sold too early or too late. You watch the markets rebound and think, I should have waited. Or you hold too long and say, I should have taken profits. The truth, nobody gets market timing right consistently, not even professionals. 2. Lifestyle regret. You downsized and now you miss your old neighborhood. Or you stayed in the big house and now you feel burdened by upkeep. Either way, hindsight always paints the other option as the better deal. 3. Retirement timing. Maybe you wish you'd worked a little longer, or maybe you stayed too long and feel like you missed your window for freedom. Whatever it is, the mind tends to edit out the stress and fatigue you used to feel back then, and only remember what seems lost now. 4. Comparison trap. You see a friend who's doing better, bigger trips, higher returns, or a fancier lifestyle, and wonder if you played it too safe. But everyone's showing their highlight reel, not their full reality. All these small regrets add up to one big emotion: unease. And that unease keeps you chasing a version of perfect that doesn't exist. Let us dig a little deeper, because understanding why this happens is the key to fixing it. 1. Loss. Aversion. Our brains are wired to feel the pain of a loss about twice as strongly as the joy of a gain. So even if your portfolio went up overall, you'll still fixate on that one bad trade that cost you. That imbalance keeps regret alive. 2. Hindsight bias. Once we know how something turned out, it feels obvious we should have seen it coming. But at the time, you didn't have that information. No one did. Hindsight makes past decisions look dumb, but they were reasonable in real time. 3. Choice overload. Retirement gives you freedom, but also too many options. Where to live, when to take Social Security, how to invest, how much to spend. More choices sound empowering until they start paralyzing you. The result? Decision fatigue and second guessing. Not because your plan is bad, but because your brain hates uncertainty. Let us break the regret cycle. 1. Reconnect with your values. Ask yourself, what truly matters most now? Security? Time with family? Freedom from stress? When you define success by your values, not the markets, you stop chasing perfection and start finding peace. 2. Review your plan with purpose, not emotion. Instead of reacting every time the market moves, schedule check-ins once or twice a year. A calm, structured review gives you perspective and protects you from emotional decision-making. 3. Focus on progress, not perfection. Your plan doesn't need to be flawless, it just needs to be good enough to work. The best plans aren't built for perfection, they're built for resilience. 4. Create a regret audit. Write down the things you often second guess, then ask, did this decision actually violate my values? If it didn't, you're probably chasing hindsight, not wisdom. 5. Practice self-compassion. Even the most successful retirees miss opportunities or make timing mistakes. That's not failure. That's normal human experience. Forgiving yourself isn't weakness. It's emotional discipline. Sixth, shift your language. Change "I should have" to "next time I'll consider." That one shift turns regret into learning instead of shame. Here's the irony. The more you chase the perfect decision, the less peace you'll have. Because every time you revisit the past, you trade your present happiness for an illusion of control. True confidence in retirement doesn't come from perfect outcomes. It comes from trust. Trust in your preparation, trust in your process, and trust that even if things don't go exactly as planned, you can adapt. Imagine living your retirement without replaying every "what if." Imagine waking up grateful for the freedom you have, not anxious about the moves you didn't make. That's not financial planning. That's emotional wealth. It's not about the perfect choice. It's about peace with your choices. Because in the end, regret doesn't come from what you did wrong. It comes from not allowing yourself to enjoy what you did right. So, take a deep breath, trust the plan you built, and give yourself permission to enjoy the life you've earned.